Hello, and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand. I've got some must-see TV for you. In fact, it was about this time yesterday that it was happening live, but I'm sure you can go back and see it. In fact, I'm going to bring you some of the highlights now. The Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull of Australia, back on 2GB after 2 years in the wilderness, back with Alan Jones, live on air. I watched some of this yesterday. This is what it looked like. There. I know you think that's just a static picture, but in actual fact, that's exactly what it looked like for the whole interview. Alan Jones, he's not really that animated, as it turns out. I'm not quite sure why they needed to show that on television, because it really was just him sitting there like that. You can barely see his mouth move. That's crossing back to Alan Jones now. Amazing stuff. I bet that was a ratings earner for Sky News. Wow, it's budget day today. Oh, sorry. Budget. I think we'll come back to that story. It seems to be a technical issue with it. Hey, good comeback for Stephen Adams. This is something else I noticed on television yesterday, was the Oklahoma City Thunder playing very well against those Warriors. And I thought, he's done well, hasn't he? After that happened. It's one of those sporting moments you never really get sick of watching. You can see, if you really look hard, you can see exactly what's being dislodged out of place there. And yet he's just kept going, hasn't he? So good on him. I remember when I used to play for the Cambridge High First 11 hockey team, and I got a hockey ball in a similar area. And it turns out that the magic water is not as magic as you might want it to be. And then you just end up with a soggy pair of shorts at the end of it all. But yeah, so go Steve. Finally, there are people in the world, I don't really care what they have to say about major issues. And they seem to think that because they're famous, and people, there are cameras and microphones around them a lot of the time, suddenly they can just have opinions about things that are not their core subject. I'm talking about people like Sam Neill, J.K. Rowling, Angelina Jolie, Lucy Lawless, Mike Hosking, Bono. I mean, somebody who doesn't even have a proper name. Do we care what he has to say about things? Jude Law, he seems very concerned about things, doesn't he, these days? And now Jamie Oliver is upset about McDonald's and Coke sponsoring the Olympics. I think what he needs to understand is that these people are finely tuned athletes, and when they expend as many calories as they do on a daily basis, they can eat whatever the hell they want. So pull your head in, Jamie. Do you know what? I don't even actually know that I've ever seen him naked. It's weird, isn't it? Like, you'd tune in night after night, and he'd just be cooking things, fully clothed. I feel like that's a bit fraudulent. Maybe I missed the point of the show. I am glennzb. I hope you didn't miss the points on my show. Some of them were quite deeply hidden, so you might have to go back and have another look/listen. Some of them, some points I didn't even make. I didn't even get round to making them. Thanks for coming back and joining me, Beast Meter. Even though you think I'm Walter White, that series hasn't been on for a while, so I had to find something to do. that didn't involve making meth in a camper van. I am Glenn ZB. Thanks for having me up your Periscope. I'll see you back here again tomorrow.